and wine are two of my favorite things, but sometimes it's hard to know what bottle will complement a meal perfectly, especially when there are so many different types of cuisines with unique flavors and spices.
Yeah, and that's why our next guest is here to help us out with the global food and wine pairings. Please welcome sommelier and founder of the Spice Food and Wine Group, Beverly Crandall. Welcome. First of all, this food looks incredible, and I can't wait for us to dive in.
But and smells wonderful.
It smells so good. It smells so good. But you know, we're very lucky here in Canada because we have a diverse pairing of foods that we can taste and enjoy. So what is it that you like about the diversity in the food that we have here in this country?
I just feel that there's so much to try. And especially when you talk about food and wine pairing, we are so lucky that we can grab so many different flavors and pair them with wine. Like, I'm telling you, like, don't take the standard textbook pairings. Like, that's so easy. Yeah. Like, if you want to become a true food and wine pairing maverick, you take the many flavors we have here in the city, and it's going to be wonderful.
Oh, I love this. I love this. So what are the main pairing principles people should think about when they're selecting a wine to complement a meal? I generally just like, oh, I like this wine, I like this dish, smash them together and see what happens.
Same.
And I think that's also fine. Like, I don't discount that, but there are 4 basic rules or principles that I work by, and they're principles regardless of the cuisine. It's going to work for your food and wine pairing. If you remember these, I can't throw anything at you that you can't pair. I'm telling you, you're gonna be pros by the time today's done. Okay. First thing, the dominant flavor in the dish. You always want to be mindful of any sauces that are cooked. Don't just think, oh, you're having steak, but is there a sauce that's going on top of that? Because that's what you're going to pair. You want to be mindful of the weight and texture of a dish. By weight, very simply, I mean if something is fried, or like a big pasta, so you have like an Alfredo sauce. Like, that is heavy. So your wine has to help to cut some of that heaviness. And then flavor bridging. We're gonna do a couple of pairings here today where you'll see what I'm talking about with flavor bridging. And that's the third thing that I look at when I'm looking to pair food and wine.
All right, you know what? I love the way you just broke that down. Let's dive in, because we've been waiting to eat since we saw this table. All right, so the first thing you have is jerk chicken. Tell us about this dish.
Right?
I know, right?
Exactly. So this jerk chicken comes to our friends from Flavours of Guyana. Although we know that jerk chicken is a blend of Jamaican spices, I will tell you the marinade that they sell out of is this one. So jerk, in case people don't know, is a blend of spices. You can get them dry or wet, and it's got clove, allspice, nutmeg, brown sugar, Scotch bonnet, all those lovely things. It's a wonderful marinade that you can put on anything, pretty much. And it's meant to give your protein a touch more flavor, not to profile the Scotch bonnet. People hear a jerk like, oh, it's too hot for me. Well, no, if it's made right, it has more flavor.
Gotcha. I am so excited about what we're gonna wash this down with this pairing, because it's a Greek wine that I'm obsessed with. Hard to find. Assyrtiko. Why did you pair this varietal with the jerk chicken?
So a couple of things. I know from the way that this particular Assyrtiko from Porto Carras in Greece is made, the winemaking provides a bit more of a waxier coat and feel on the palate. Plus, there's a honeyedness on that fruit structure, and great acidity. Acidity is big to me with food and wine pairing. So it's wonderful with the jerk.
Oh, sorry, I didn't even know the camera was on me. Stop it! Stop staring at me.
But you would think you would take this Jamaican dish and then pair it with a wine from Greece, and it works wonderful.
Yeah, no, it's so
glorious,
good. Yeah, absolutely. And I've had jerk chicken a million times, and most times people are either having some kind of sweet carbonated drink or a beer or water because there's the spiciness. But this is amazing.
Yeah.
It's so like this elevates that, and that elevates this.
Boom, and that's what food and wine pairing is.
Okay, so next up we have an Indian fusion taco. Tell us about this.
Yeah, this taco is from our friends at a restaurant called The Kettle here in downtown Toronto. They're an Indian restaurant, and they focus on fusion. So fusing different cuisines with their food. So that's why they've got this lovely taco, which is a fried chicken on a paratha with a creamy slaw and a bevy of Indian spices. So something like this with so many flavors, I'm looking for a wine. While they eat, I'll just talk. I'm looking for a wine. I'm looking for a wine that just supports the food. It can't be something that wants to upstage the dish. So I chose to go with a Pinot Noir. Pinot Noir is lovely on its own, like red fruit. It's got some crunchy peppercorn, great acidity if it's cool climate. But this one is done in a rosé style. So it's, again, a step down from a full red expression
Full
of
body,
the grape.
yeah.
Boom.
Okay.
And so what you'll see is that,
Oh,
right,
God.
the fruits, like the right fruits, and there's also some herb on there, so now there's like some sameness happening with this dish. But when served with a bit of a chill, it just does this
perfect.
roll, does this thing.
It's complimenting.
Yeah, does this thing.
Like it's a couple that's just meant to be.
I'm
They have
not
chemistry.
hamming this up. This is truly remarkable. This is glorious. I mean,
Yeah.
I can't stop smiling.
Yeah. Talking about smiling, you brought one of my favorite
Oh, my
comfort
gosh.
foods in this next dish.
Yeah.
Polari
Yeah.
and mango sauce. Listen,
Yeah.
I grew up on this, so talk to me about this dish.
Right.
Oh,
So the Polari is also from our friends from Flavours of Guyana. And if you don't know what Polari is, the best way to describe it, if you're a fellow Canadian,
best food in the world.
yeah, that. And it's also like a savory timbit. Right?
That's a good way
It's
to
the best way to
describe
explain it. But it's got like curry, cumin, wiri pepper, a bunch of other herbs and spices, and it's a dough and it's fried. Now, Polari on its own is wonderful, but the tradition is to dip it in this mango sour, right, to get another burst in flavor. And that's just mango and spices. Now, people would see Polari and think, oh, you put it with a white wine because it's spices.
Yeah.
They don't know nothing. I'm telling you, the spices in Polari, they cause a medium-bodied red wine all of a sudden to become a little bit more fruitier, like that fruit structure steps up, the tannins come down. This is truly a pairing watching how the food transforms the wine and the wine transforms the food.
Okay, we
This
gotta try it.
particular red wine is called Nat Cool Tinto from Newport, from Portugal. The grape is a native grape called Baja. Right. So did you
so
see?
good.
Did you notice? I'm getting so excited. Did you notice?
No, I love that you're
My
excited.
own pairing.
Yeah, no, but this is truly, this is the
Right.
best pairing because I can taste
Yeah.
it where it's just elevating the meal. And the meal
That's it.
on its own, the food is delicious.
Yeah, like,
All right, so what other wine would you pair with Polari?
oh my gosh, you know what I would pair? So here's where I break my white wine rule, is champagne.
Oh, yes, you would. Oh, yes, you would. That's such a good idea.
Champagne's always a good idea.
Yes.
Right.
But this with the fried, ooh, just balancing out that.
Exactly.
Oh, so good.
Exactly, because that high acidity from the champagne and then, well-aged champagne, boom, that yeastiness from lees aging, which is wine on a dead yeast, but whatever, don't worry about that. It's wonderful.
Just eat it and drink it.
Yes, exactly.
Oh my God,
This has
so
been
good.
amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
problem.
much.
Thank
for
you,
joining
guys.
us. Wow.
Keep eating.
I'm going back in.
Love it so much. Oh, I have one more question.
Oh.
What should we stay away from and why?
With something like
Yeah.
before? Yeah, any wine that is made from a grape that does not have a lot of acidity. So, for example, Grenache or Gewürztraminer, those grapes don't hold their acidity well, and as a result, it will do nothing. It'll feel flat to this fried piece of dough that you have here.
Yeah, no one's going to be happy with that.
No.
No one's going to be happy with that Gewürztraminer. Hey, listen, Beverly, thank you for sharing these wonderful wine pairings today with us. What a joy and a delight. Oh, you know where you can get some more all-around great content? Our YouTube page. It's filled with all the laughs and thought-provoking chats you could ask for. So do yourself a favor, like and subscribe now.